Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. This is for entertainment purposes only, so if you are entertained, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. So today we're going over my portfolio and what shenanigans I have done over the month of December. So the elves are not the only ones full of mischief, what can I tell you? So, good news and bad news. Good news is Misty is no longer around 50% of my portfolio value. The bad news is that it's only because I now have 900 shares of MSTU, and that's about 15% of my portfolio. So Bitcoin is still prominent, and Bitcoin plays is still a main theme to this portfolio. And I'm not backing down from it, apparently. So, what did I buy this month, though? I bought too much Misty accidentally because it was on discount. I bought a few, but then I forgot to. I had a buy limit that was out on X div date, but then Misty dropped a lot, and so it didn't hit it, and I forgot to cancel it. So now I have 760 shares. I started at 730 shares, which is not too crazy. So I bought Seppi because I'm excited for it, and I really hope that it does well. And so it's there, and I'm probably going to try to expand on it in the new year a little bit. Then I started my silos. So I have the Teachable Q. I have all the silo for Palantir going. I have my small cap stuff, and then I have leverage S&P 500. I started buying the UBOT and MagX, TSLL. I'm also now in AMD, and then Motto I'm excited about. I bought 5A, and then I'm really looking forward to Ulti because it's not paying this week, it's paying next week, so we still have 1 week of trading days to see if this will recover. And if it doesn't recover, will it recover the next time? Because right now I feel like the entire market is down, so it's not fair to say like you didn't recover your NAV when the entire market is down. So I might give Ulti like one more pass, but that's it. Also, Oracle pointed out I forgot to actually just tell you what the distribution was for TSYY, but since I only own one share, for some reason it was obvious in my own head, but it's 5 cents. I was looking and I was like, why is it 5 cents? What is it currently right now? And like, what is it worth right now? Like, is this here? It's under upcoming activity, and it's this 5 cents. So like, is 5 cents per $25 enough money? That in their website said that's a 60% yield, but I'm not entirely sure. So, and it's really, really, really hard to tell because there was only a week of trading for that distribution. So the jury's still out on this, and in 6 months we'll know how it's tracking against the underlying. Like, if it doesn't go down as much as Tesla and the growth chart itself, like I have more money just from the growth, and I am still getting 50-60% distribution, then TSYY is totally worth it. It might even be worth it if it's like 20 to 25% or more. They just said that they are boosting my yield. They didn't say like they're maxing my yield, so I was really hoping that I could put this in the category of a direct competitor to YieldMax versus comparing this to something like Curve, where the distribution's still high when you compare it to something like JEPQ or JEPI, but it's low when you compare it to YieldMax, but your NAV is more stable, and therefore you do get more investing over time. So yeah, I'm actually excited about TSYY because maybe this is the kind of cover call ETF that works for it. Like they finally found a winning formula for Tesla. Who knows? I certainly don't, but that's what we're experimenting with. That's what I bought. So this month I started out with $53,000, so it's not great that's only at $48,000 right now, but the entire market tanked, so that could recover early next year. I'm hopeful. I'm not that close. Let me show you my buffer. So I would prefer keeping like a $10,000 buffer at all times, but what happened is what happened. So what I want to do is, get premiums next week. Well, let me just go over, like, I got $2,671 this month, which is a 60% yield based off of the $53,000, but it also includes all of these options that I lost. So I can tell you that for this last week for roundhill, I did worse with XCTE and my own. Like, I didn't lose $404 in XCTE this month. XCTE actually had a good month of yield because they had kept some of the capital behind, and then they were paying it out at the end of the year. So no, I didn't beat it. And also, like, when you look at the options that I have out, like, I'm waiting for a few of these to actually expire, and I won't have as much collateral out. But in the new year, I'm going to focus on having a few MSTU, either puts or calls, depending on which side of the wheel my shares are on. Like right now, all 900 of my shares they need to have calls on them to get assigned away from me. So hopefully next year we could have MSTU only take away or assign, depending on if it's a puts or a call. But like, I would like to do like half or like mostly half of either, like, on either side of the aisle of calls or puts. I really don't want to be owning more than 1,000 shares of MSTU at one time anyways. So, but the reason why I'm going to focus on MSTU, which it's all the way down here, is the week before Christmas, I got $571 of premium. And then last week, I got $459 of premium, which when I'm paying back my credit cards and I top off that $1,000 I'm taking out every week, then, if I have 6 MSTU contracts, I get $459. And if it trades sideways for the next however long, every other week, I should be able to afford to sell another put on this. If it raises, that's good too, because I can get more premium for my cover calls if the price increases. And if the prices go down a lot and it doesn't, I can't get my premium, with the amount of actual money I have. I'll just use the actual distributions from the high income ETFs to basically pay the $1,000 every week. So I got it all planned out. It sounds more complicated than it is, but I was able to make some money from Misty. I was a little desperate then, and then honest, I got almost $18 on the week before Christmas, and then I didn't wind up doing options on Palantir or Nvidia, but I did do BITO one time, but I'm glad that their distribution was so high this time. It was like $1.11. And then I did some calls on SoFi, and I have one leave option, and I own 100 shares, so I can at max have 2. And what I wanted was just to have 1, but then I was trying to just not owe money on my margin. So I put calls on things that I didn't really want to be assigned away, but it's neither here nor there. I lost $135 MSTX, but that was just me closing a position on the day just because it was in the red. I didn't want to exasperate and lose all my money. So, IWM, I lost $836. For QQQ, I lost $143, and for the SPY, I lost $404. So, not an amazing month, but I know where I went wrong, and I'm not going to do that again. My attitude when it went down on Friday, it's like, well, yeah, it sucks that now I have 900 shares, but is what I signed up for when I did that. So next week, instead of panicking, I'm just going to do calls and then use that money from the premiums to pay off my credit cards. And when they get assigned away from me, because I'm going to put the strikes awfully close, then I won't have 900 shares, which is great. I'll have collected premium, which is also great. And I'll be able to sell puts, which is better than calls. And then hopefully Bitcoin will pump and I'm not in danger of having to actually own these shares again. So we're rooting for MSTU and Bitcoin to rise next week. And if we're still if the market looks, like this, on Monday, I might just put out one call and just keep doing that every day, because when it flips and it turns green, the premium for cover calls becomes better. So I don't want to do everything on Monday, then we get a reversal and everything's going up, and then I could have gotten more money. So we'll see. It's going to be an interesting new year as I use margin and the dividend wheel to pay off my $20,000 of credit card debt. And I'm hoping that by investing in everything, reinvesting most of the stuff except for the premium from the options, that I can continue to grow and get the 100,000 and whatever. So that's it for my portfolio. I did some stupid things and I lost money, but I learned my lesson, and now I'm not going to be doing put spreads, at least not for the moment. As I, contribute about $2,000 a month into my portfolio, and, my investing increases and my margin maintenance increases, there might come a time when I start doing a few put spreads again, or cover call or credit spreads, but I won't leave them open. I'll only have 2 or 3 contracts open at the same time and not 5 at the most. So yeah, I think just having less contracts open that are on really dangerous things like put spreads is the way to go, because like it wouldn't have been a big deal for me to lose, $200 to $300 of the collateral I put up, but because it was over a few contracts and I had to pay over $100 to close a lot of them, like it really adds up to my losses. So at least when it's an honest to God puts, a cash secure puts, when I lose, I get the shares. And since I don't believe that MicroStrategy is going to zero, then this is a good stock to be in. So anyways, what is your strategy going into the new year? And I will talk to y'all later. Bye.